A couple of months ago, I covered a dark pattern that pissed me off to no end. It was a website cookie dialog that tried its hardest to keep tracking enabled. It's the perfect example on how to design something in the most devious way possible. If you haven't seen the video, I'll link it in the description below. But that example absolutely pales in comparison to the dark pattern we're going to discuss today. A dark pattern is basically a way to trick users to do something that will only benefit the other party and not the user. This dark pattern comes from Indiegogo, and I'm really shocked by how insidious it is. It tries to trick the user to give a 20% tip to Indiegogo. So let's say you supported a campaign for a product that costs $500. Indiegogo will ask for a $100 tip. Since it's a percentage-based tip, the more a product costs, the more money Indiegogo will get. It's insane, but it's true. Let me explain how I stumbled on this one. There's a new 3D scanner coming out, and the company behind it, 3D Maker Pro, decided to run an Indiegogo campaign. The scanner looks very promising, so I was interested in getting a unit to review on my channel. Since the super early bird version costs only €350, it was a no-brainer. But this offer only applies to the first 500 units, so you need to be quick about it. And that's where Indiegogo got me. As I was rushing to input all my contact and credit card details, I wasn't paying close attention to everything on the screen. My focus was on being as fast as possible. It was only once I pressed the submit button that I realized I gave Indiegogo a €71 tip. Here's the initial screen. This one is the early bird version, since the super early bird is now gone, so don't get confused by the difference in pricing. The one I got actually cost €352. As you can see, everything looks fine. We have the €412 price pretty much everywhere on the screen, so there are no alarm bells going off. It's only when we go to the next screen where the price changes. So now, all of a sudden, the price is no longer €412. It's €494 because Indiegogo added an €82 tip to itself. This price change comes at this stage because A, you're focused on filling out credit card and contact details, and B, there's no reason to expect a price change. In my case, since I was rushing, I didn't even bother to read anything else other than verifying my contact details. I just clicked the big submit payment button. Notice also the several levels of deviousness. The tip for Indiegogo defaults to the middle option, not the lower one and not 0. It just shamelessly asks you to pay 20% of what the product costs. Just in case there's confusion about the tip doesn't go to the creator of the campaign. It goes to Indiegogo, the company that only provides the platform for the campaign to happen. They have zero involvement in the creation of the product, but they feel absolutely comfortable asking for a 20% cut. They even go as far as 25%. To me, this is beyond ridiculous. I did manage to cancel the order and then repurchase the product without that 20% tip, so everything's fine. The refund is not there yet since I have to wait a couple of days for it to show up in my account, but I'm sure it's just a matter of time. Either way, I don't really see how these tactics benefit the company. Sure, in the short term, Indiegogo might get a good chunk of change, but this behavior will harm their brand in the long run. I, for one, will never buy anything from Indiegogo ever again. This interaction left a sour taste in my mouth, and I'm sure I'm not the only one. They could have approached this in all sorts of different ways, but they chose to get their cut in the worst way possible. I hope this will be the last video I'll ever do about dark patterns, but I have the suspicion there's more to come in the future. Anyway, I just wanted to share this infuriating experience with you so you won't fall for the same tactics. Take care, and I'll see you in the next one.